welcome back to Yarnoments channel. Today I'm going to help you understand how you are going to make a granny border for this granny squares, which is joined. So anyway, you have understood how you will be joining the squares using join as you go technique, which is a conventional method. So now I thought like I would share my knowledge of providing a granny border, which is commonly used by all the crocheters around the world. So again, this is going to be a crochet along project because it will be a bit tricky for you to understand, and so I felt like I would not trim my videos in between. Where you will get tricky is these are the corners which you will commonly face the trouble. If you're new to my channel, kindly subscribe to my channel, like, comment and share. And now let's move to the tutorial. So for making a granny border, you would obviously need yarn, then the granny squares, then a crochet hook. I'm using a 4.5 mm crochet hook, a darning needle and a pair of scissors. അപ്പോൾ ഇന്നത്തെ ട്യൂട്ടോറിയൽ നമുക്ക് എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഈ ഒരു ഗ്രാനി സ്ക്വയറിന് ബോർഡർ കൊടുക്കാം, ഗ്രാനി ബോർഡർ കൊടുക്കാം എന്നുള്ളതാണ് പറഞ്ഞു തരാൻ പോകുന്നത്. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ആൻ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ട്യൂട്ടോറിയൽ. നിങ്ങൾ എന്തായാലും ഈ ഗ്രാനി സ്ക്വയേഴ്സ് എങ്ങനെ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യാം എന്നുള്ളത് പഠിച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞു. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിനേക്കാളും ഈസിയാണ് എന്തായാലും ഈ ഗ്രാനി ബോർഡർ കൊടുക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത്. ഇത് നമ്മൾ ലോകമെമ്പാടും എല്ലാ ക്രോഷറ്റേഴ്സും യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു കോമൺ മെത്തേഡാണ് ഈ ഗ്രാനി ബോർഡർ നമ്മൾ ഇന്നത്തെ ട്യൂട്ടോറിയൽ പഠിക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അതെങ്ങനെയാണെന്നുള്ളത് നമുക്ക് കാണാം. പക്ഷേ അതിന് മുമ്പ് എല്ലാവരും എൻ്റെ ചാനൽ ദയവ് ചെയ്ത് ഒന്ന് സബ്സ്ക്രൈബ് ചെയ്യുക, സപ്പോർട്ട് ചെയ്യുക, ലൈക്ക്, ഷെയർ ആൻഡ് കമൻറ്റും അതും ചെയ്യുക. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇനി എന്തെങ്കിലും ട്യൂട്ടോറിയലിലേക്ക് കടക്കാം. ഗ്രാനി ബോർഡർ ചെയ്ത് തുടങ്ങാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ഈ പുതിയ യാണ് ഓർ എനി ഡിഫറെൻറ്റ് കളർ യാൺ ഞാൻ ഇവിടെയായിട്ട് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്ത് തുടങ്ങാൻ പോവാണ്. സോ ടു സ്റ്റാർട്ട് ഡൂയിങ് മൈ ഗ്രാനി ബോർഡർ ഐ എം ഗോയിങ് ടു അറ്റാച്ച് മൈ ന്യൂ യാൺ in any of the chain one space. So I would like to attach the yarn here. And secure here like this. Chain 3. Because this is our chain one space, I am going to do my granny cluster here. ഈ chain one space നമുക്ക് എന്തായാലും ഒരു granny cluster ചെയ്യാം. Okay, then chain 1, again a granny cluster here. Oh, before that I would like to attach this tail end. Both the yarn and hook are playing so much today. Okay, so again chain 1. Now we have come to the corner here. So this is a corner and this is again a corner. So in that corner I am going to do the granny cluster. For chain one spaces നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ ചെയ്യുന്ന മാതിരി തന്നെ 3 ഡബിൾ ക്രോഷ്യ സ്റ്റിച്ച് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഗ്രാനി ക്ലസ്റ്റർ സെപ്പറേറ്റഡ് ബൈ ചെയിൻ 1 ചെയ്യണം. ഇനി ഗ്രാനി കോർണറിൽ നമ്മൾ ഒരു ഗ്രാനി ക്ലസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്തു. Now what I am going to do here is to provide the border. I am going to do a chain 1. Okay, and then I am going to do chain there's a granny cluster here. ഈ രണ്ട് സ്പേസസും എനിക്ക് ഇൻഡിപെൻഡൻറ്റ് സ്പേസസ് പോലെയാണ് ഞാൻ കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ അത് കാരണം ഇവിടെ ഒരു ഗ്രാനി ബോർഡർ ആൻഡ് ഇവിടെ ഒരു ഗ്രാനി ക്ലസ്റ്റർ, ഇവിടെയും ഒരു ഗ്രാനി ക്ലസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യാൻ പോവാണ്. ബട്ട് ഇൻ ബിറ്റ്വീൻ ഒരു ചെയിൻ 1 കൊടുക്കണം. So these two corner spaces are being treated as separate chain 1 spaces. So I have done one granny cluster here, chain 1, and I am going to do another granny cluster here. Okay, now yes, so this is how it looks like. Ignore this tail here, please. So this is how it looks like. Now, as usual, I am going to continue with my chain 1, granny cluster, which is nothing but 3 double crochet in that chain 1 space, chain 1, oh sorry, I accidentally pulled that chain out of the hook. Now again a granny cluster, oh I don't know what is wrong with me today. I am accidentally pulling out my yarn from the hook. I'm so sorry for that. Now I have reached the corner here. So here, as usual, I am going to do the corner granny cluster itself. So corner la namala eppozhum cheyyuna madiri namala 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ട് പോകാം. Okay. Now chain 1 ഇവിടെയും ഇതുപോലെ granny cluster ചെയ്യുക. In the chain 1 space, please do the granny cluster, which is nothing but our 3 double crochet stitches. Then chain 1, so now here again we are going to do our granny cluster, chain 1. Yeah, now we have reached the next corner here. So this is my next corner. So here also we are going to do the same way, like I'm going to treat this as individual spaces. So I'm going to give here a granny cluster, individual spaces, in the sense I am going to treat this as in chain 1 space here. Individual space in the sense this is again I am going to treat this as a chain 1 space here, and this is another chain 1 space. So in the chain 1 space we generally do the 3 double crochet stitch or the granny cluster. The same I am going to do here, the granny cluster in this corner space. Then chain 1 will be separating these chains here. Then again this is my another corner space, but that is again treated as a chain 1 space. So a granny cluster there, chain 1, then as usual crochet along the chain 1 spaces and the corner as usual. Chain 1, 3 double crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1, work in that corner, 3 double crochet, chain 3, double crochet, chain 1, three double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1. Again, now we have come to the next corner space, but I am going to treat this as my chain 1 space. So what I am going to do here, ഈ corner space ൽ നമ്മൾ 3 double crochet stitches മാത്രമേ ചെയ്യുന്നുള്ളൂ, because അതെൻ്റെ ഒരു chain 1 space പോലെയാണ് ഞാനത് ട്രീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. എന്നിട്ട് chain 1. Now this is my second corner space, so that is again my chain 1 space. So I am just going to do 3 double crochet, chain 1, three double crochet, chain 1, three double crochet, chain 1. Now here in the corner we are going to do as usual 3 double crochet, chain 3, three double crochet, chain 1. So far it looks like this. Then chain 1, sorry, 3 double crochet stitches in that chain 1 space. Then chain 1 again, three double crochet in the chain 1 space, chain 1. Now again one more side we have reached. So this is the corner and this is the corner. So I'm treating this as my chain 1 space. This is again my chain 1 space. So ഓരോ കോർണറിലും നമ്മൾ നേരത്തെ ചെയ്ത മാതിരി തന്നെ 3 ഡബിൾ ക്രോഷേ സ്റ്റിച്ചസ് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഗ്രാനി ക്ലസ്റ്റർ ചെയ്യുക. എന്നിട്ട് ഒരു ചെയിൻ 1, then granny cluster, chain 1, granny cluster, chain 1, chain 1, so in the corner I'm just going to do 3 double crochet stitches, chain 3 and 3 double crochet stitches. Chain 1. Now we'll end this round with a slip stitch at the top of the third chain. Now this is how the granny border looks like so far. Okay. But I would like to do one more round here so that all the 4 sides remains the same, because we have treated this corner spaces on 4 sides as the chain 1 spaces, and we have just started with this border. So I would like to do one more round definitely for sure. Okay, so I'm going to choose another color yarn and then resume my video. Now I have chosen my another color yarn. ഈ ഒരു യാണ് ഞാൻ ആസ് യൂഷ്വൽ ജോയിൻ ചെയ്തിട്ട് പുതിയൊരു ബോർഡർ കൊടുക്കാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. So you can join this yarn anywhere you would want to, and then with this new color I am going to do my border again. Chain 3, two double crochet, chain 1, then 3 double crochet stitches in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, 3 double crochet stitches or a granny cluster in the next chain 1 space, chain 1, now this is the place where we have crocheted a granny cluster on top of the corner. Yes, so I have considered this as my chain 1 space and then did this 3 double crochet stitches in that space. Now this is again my corner, which is treated as chain 1 space, and have completed my 3 double crochet stitches. Now as usual, how we do the granny stitches in rest of the chain 1 spaces, I am going to continue the same here in between these two granny clusters. അപ്പോൾ ഈ കോർണറിൻ്റെ മേളിൽ വന്നിരിക്കുന്ന ഈ 3 ഡബിൾ ക്രോഷേ സ്റ്റിച്ചസ് ഉണ്ടല്ലോ, ഈ സെറ്റ് ഓഫ് 3 ഡബിൾ ക്രോഷേ സ്റ്റിച്ചസിൻ്റെ ഇടയ്ക്ക് ഞാൻ എൻ്റെ ആസ് യൂഷ്വൽ ഒരു ഗ്രാനി സ്ക്വയറിൽ എങ്ങനെയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് അതുപോലെ തന്നെയാണ് ചെയ്ത് കൊണ്ടുവരാൻ പോകുന്നത്. I am just going to do a granny cluster in that chain 1 space and continue along the same. So chain 1, this is how it looks. Chain 1 and 3 double crochet stitches in that chain 1 space, and here onwards we are going to continue in an usual manner. Chain 1, then granny cluster, chain 3 granny cluster in that corner. Now my granny square is getting bigger. Now again chain 1, granny cluster, chain 1, then I am going to weave this tail along with the granny stitches. So granny cluster in this chain 1 space, chain 1, so excuse me, okay, that was from the previous round. Okay, I'll just better drop this a little more so that it doesn't get in my way. Now granny cluster here, chain 1. Now we have come again on top of that corner spaces, so I am going to treat this as my usual granny cluster, and I am going to do my granny cluster, which is nothing but the 3 double crochet stitches in between those two granny clusters. It's just going to be a straightforward stitch. There is nothing much we have to worry about rather than taking care of the stitches as well as the corner part. So this is my granny cluster done, then chain 1, then granny cluster. So now it is going to be the same process as we do for a regular granny square. We are just going to do granny cluster, chain 1, granny cluster, and then in the corner we are just going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, or a granny cluster, chain 3, 3 double crochet. Yes. So now I have come here to this. This corner here I am going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3 and 3 double crochet. See how flat it is laying on the table? Yeah, I really feel so happy to see such wonderful colors laying on my table. Hope you all have seen my pre-lockdown yarn haul, but I couldn't get many numbers of particular color, so I'm literally worried how I can do big projects. So here again I'm approaching this corner. So the same way as we did in the previous sides, I'm just going to treat this as my ordinary granny stitch and then do my 3 double crochet stitch in that chain 1 space. So this is what I wish to do in this tutorial, because I wanted to let you understand how flat a granny square can lay if appropriately the stitches are taken care of. So that's why I thought like I will do a crochet along. I was just thinking if I should trim my videos in between, but I felt like the stitches should be clear, the instructions should be clear. ഒരു ഡീറ്റെയിൽഡ് ട്യൂട്ടോറിയൽ ചെയ്താലേ നമ്മൾ ബിഗിനേഴ്സിന് കുറച്ചുകൂടെ ഹെൽപ്ഫുൾ ആവത്തുള്ളൂ. ഇത് ഇടയ്ക്ക് ഇങ്ങനെ കട്ട് ചെയ്തൊക്കെ നമ്മൾ ചെയ്താൽ ആ ഒരു ഫ്ലോ പോകും. അപ്പോൾ എന്താ ആണെന്ന് വെച്ചാൽ ബിഗിനേഴ്സിന് ചിലപ്പോൾ കൺഫ്യൂഷൻ ഉണ്ടാകാം, ചിലപ്പോഴല്ല മിക്കവാറും ഉണ്ടാകും. കാരണം ഞാനും ഒത്തിരി ട്യൂട്ടോറിയൽസ് ഇങ്ങനെ കഷ്ടപ്പാട് ഫേസ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നേ. ആ ഒരു ഫ്ലോ പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതൊന്ന് മനസ്സിലാക്കി എടുക്കാനായിട്ട് ഭയങ്കര ബുദ്ധിമുട്ടാണ്. Oh, I'm so sorry here. I don't know how I accidentally pulled that string. So now we are approaching our last side, and this is also going to be the same way. And I hope by this time you all would have understood how you should do a proper border for a granny square. This is nothing but the granny border you are giving for the granny square. So again I am nearing that corner space, but as usual I am just going to do my granny stitches with chain one in between. See, this is the corner here again, and this is another corner here on my fourth side. I am just going to do 3 double crochet stitches in that space. We are almost done with this border. 3 more times and then we come to the end of this round. All these tutorials are very much suitable for beginners. I really suggest all the beginners to work more on these tutorials. So at the corner, as usual, we are going to do 3 double crochet, chain 3, 3 double crochet, and this is our last corner. And with that we are coming to the end of this round. I will be finishing this round with a slip stitch here. Chain 1 and I am joining here with a slip stitch. So I shall leave the ends later. So this is how our granny square looks like with the granny border. I hope all the edges are trimmed by now. Yes, here this is the back of my project. Okay. So I would like to give you an aerial view of this project. So this is how it looks like. It's so perfectly laying down flat on the table. Little more perfection will be obtained after. Yes, ignore that side because I need to weave in that end. So this is how a granny border is given to granny squares. If you want to extend the length or the dimension of this project, you can add more rows of granny square, and it can be extended to any size as you wish. So I hope viewers, you all have liked this tutorial and you are benefited from this tutorial by understanding how you can give a proper granny border for your granny square stitched project. So kindly subscribe to my channel, give thumbs up, like, comment and share. See you soon in my next tutorial. Until then, it is bye from Yarnoments. Take care, stay blessed and happy crocheting.